Well, my name is Evelyne Wanjiru, Agundabweni. I am a gospel musician and I am a fashion designer. I am a music director. I am a worship leader. I am a mentor. I'm a role model. What else is there? I'm a wife. I am a wife to this amazing, cute guy next, beside me, not next. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I am Agundabweni Akweyu Peterson. I'm an audio or music producer. I am an entrepreneur. I am a husband. And many more things.
You're a mentor.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes.
How has it been a husband to Evelyne?
I love it because she's a friend, and being a husband to a friend is the best thing you can ever do. Yes.
Okay. And how does it feel being a wife to Agunda?
Ooh, it's for me, I say it's the best gift God gave me. Every time I look at him, I say, I don't, every morning I wake up, I look at him and I say, I don't think I'll ever, or would have ever gotten a man like him in my life who has walked the journey with me and made me to be who I am today. And so I always say he has partnered with God to make me who I am today, and so I'm grateful. He's my best friend. He's my confidant. Yes, and I'm not just saying this because we're on TV, but he knows that. I say it everywhere.
True. Very much true.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you from Kenya?
Yes, I'm Kenyan. I'm Kenyan, serious Kenyan. I'm very serious Kenyan.
But
Yes.
your name sounds Nigerian.
Yes, people think so, but it's a Kenyan name.
From which side?
Western Kenya.
Really?
Yes. Kakamega.
We are Kenyans. Real Kenyans, no
Yes.
joke.
But
They
right
want-
from the word go, I just thought, he's not Kenyan. Anyway, so how did you two meet? Did you meet in the studio? Did you meet at a concert? Now that it's music, artists.
I think she knows how to say it better. Let's start. How did you meet?
It's so funny the way last week, this week? Yes, we were driving in Nakuru. We had gone to do a shoot there. And then we were telling the people in the car, hey, can you imagine this is a spot where Agunda asked me if can we go for a date? This spot here. So, and then we are here.
It's along the road.
Along the road. When was it? On last week. Yeah, it was
But we
last
did
week
meet-
on
we did meet
Friday.
on the road.
I was getting there.
Wow, we met in church. I've been raised in church my entire life. I don't know any other life. So I have been a worship leader for the longest time I can remember, since I was 9 years old. And so this time I am the one who's asked to lead worship. And actually that day I was like, Miss Phil could lead worship. And Papa, no. When do I lead? Hakuna mtu mwingine ana take over. And so I said, okay. So I took the microphone. I was leading worship on that day. And when I was leading, this guy comes in. You know, when you're on the altar, you are a worship leader, you kind of like know everybody in church. I don't know if it happens to other worship leaders, but for me, you kind of know, hey, Nani today is not in church, because there's a specific spots where people they like sitting. Usipoketi hapo unasikia, ai mahubiri ngipo, you know. And so I saw this guy coming in, and I'm like, hey, who's Jay Mona? Who ni my friend? That guy is cute. And I kept on leading worship. But that day I sang with all of my heart. Because of seeing him, I was like, hi, Jesus uni mgani. I've been in this church for so long, you know. Of course, there have been jamaa tunajaribu kunikatia, but now this one really caught my eyes, my attention. And he went and sat in a certain position. Namuona tu. The next Sunday, I saw him. And every time I kept on seeing him, I used to sing with the loudest voice ever. Like, even coming out of the altar could lead up and yani kufikia crowd. Did you know that I was doing that for you?
No, I didn't know.
It's okay, ni sawa nakusamea hapa kwa kamera. So, One day, I came to church a bit late, and the usher ushered me to sit next to him. I was like, guy, this is my crush. I'm seated next to him. Hey, 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 hey. So the pastor, and we were with my cousin. So my cousin knew that I have a crush on this guy. And of course, definitely, a woman cannot tell a guy ati, nakufeel oma, unaonaje? Siezi, navumilia, unanyenyekea hapo tu maji baridi tu hivi. So the pastor says, say hello to your neighbor. Tell them that God loves you, my friend. This guy. Unaona venye amekaa? But that is the position, my friend. He was just like that. He never turned, never did nothing, never said hello, never turned. My cousin alikuwa anacheka ashikiki. Sheila, hi, she laughed and she was like, yani nakwambia kulengo hapa ndo utajua uko attractive. You know, and you know, I had a low self-esteem about myself. When I was growing up, I felt I wasn't beautiful. I felt I don't have all the what? The abilities or like the things that will make a woman to feel they are women, they are attractive, they are likable. I used to feel my sisters are, you know, most of my sisters, all of them, actually they are brown. So unajua hii nchi yetu wanasemanga initangwa rangi? Unitanga je rangi ya? Sijui. Unajua hii yangu jeusi? So sasa and then he said she just laughed and I was so frustrated. I kind of said, after all, it's okay. I'm okay. Kuna machali wengi by the way. Sio wewe tu. Unajua ile try kuji calm down. And so life kept on. And 8 months down the line, he used to come to church. Sometimes he never came to church and I didn't know where he used to go. And then this time, we bumped into each other at the church door. And I was talking to my friend, and he addressed me by my name. Hi, Evelyne. I almost fainted. Hey, this man has called me. I didn't tell you I almost fainted?
Yes.
My heart was going like duk, 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 like this guy. You know, I thought that feeling had, you know, because I felt probably he's married or and then I started repenting. Oh God, I'm sorry. I had a crush on somebody's wife or something like that.
Somebody's husband.
And somebody's husband. And I was like, God, forgive me. Kwanzia leo, I will not even look at him because I don't think he's interested with me. Anyway, maybe I don't have all the qualities of whatever he likes. And he addressed me by my name. Ati, hi, Evelyne. Kwanza sema, hi, Eva. Hata ziitwa Eva. Naitanga tu Evelyne, Evelyn, Waluya naitanga Evelyn. Wakikuwa naitanga Everine. Eva. And Nakuru people, they call me Eva. If you call me Eva, I know you know me from way back. So I told my friend, my dear, tutaongea baadaye. Ngoja kwanza, hii lazima ni attend. So I gave him my attention. I walked him, and then I asked him, hey, by the way, what's your name? Tukatoka tu nje ya church, tukaenda. My home is just near the church. So akaniambia, my name is Agundabweni Peterson. I was like, Mungu umeleta Nigerian man, oh my God. It was like, I was like, Ati, what's your name again? Hey, nikasema, yani God, you're preserving this the best. I don't know what is it with West African. I don't know white Kenyans or other countries. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not saying anything. I'm married to this Kenyan man. So he said his name. And I asked him, how did you know my name? And then he said, I usually hear the pastor calling you to come and lead worship. That's how I knew your name. I was like, okay, kumbe unanifuatilianga. Okay. So, topic from up?
No, I'm just listening. You know how to say it better.
So I'm a sanguine. So I just want you to understand that I'm a sanguine. He's a what? An introvert. But
But
leo
I
uta contribute.
talk,
Leo uta
yes.
contribute. Yeah. Okay.
So that is it.
Had you spotted
So,
her when you started going to church?
Actually, when I had just moved from Nairobi to Nakuru, I was transferred there to work for a company. So in the process, I started looking for a church where I could be fellowshipping. So I went to the first church, second, the third. So I was going to the third one. But now I just heard a voice. Someone
Can you
singing.
imagine my voice?
And I liked it. I went outside. So I just went. I went to that church. Now that happened to be my third church in Nakuru. So from there, I settled. I fellowship. I worshipped well. I did not like look at her.
See your mouth.
But now, my first impression, you see, when you look at someone, you love that person.
What did you love about
I just felt in my spirit that this is the one, because in the process I was looking for a wife to marry. I was ready to marry, so I looked at her and I convinced myself. And even if you ask me why I convinced myself up to now, I can't tell, but I could feel it. It was her. And something funny, I stayed for 8 months in that church without saying hi to her, without moving close to her. The reason is because I was taking my time to learn who she is from a distance, at the same time learn who I am and if I'm ready for her. I was also testing my heart because I told myself I should not waste her time. So before I approach her, I should test myself and know, am I ready for her? So that's why I had to wait for that 8 months.
Does that mean that I
didn't plan for the 8 months. It happens to be just by default 8 months. I knew one day I was gonna talk to her, but I didn't know when.
Kama ungenipata nimechukuliwa.
Exactly.
And then I could say that was not God. Because I'm a believer. You see, yeah.
And when she came sat next to you, did you feel something?
It was good for me because that was the best time to study who she is and understand who she is.
How did you study? I was sitting next to you and my heart was almost
fainting. At the same time, I didn't want to arouse that love when it was not ready for me.
Didn't you say what the pastor wanted the other?
No, I knew the right time could come. So I was planning and waiting for that right time.
I always say.
But I remember that there's a time we had a Sunday afternoon. Was it a concert or what?
Mm-hmm. So it was a worship experience.
I came with my roommate who never used to come to that church. So when we were still outside just waiting for the concert to start, I saw her passing. Then I told my friend, hey, see this girl. I'm so attracted to this girl. So something funny, my roommate also felt attracted to her. So he told me, so we used to call one another Baba. So he told me, Baba, just leave this for me. I told him, Baba, don't try. If you want to be my enemy, don't try.
And you know what? I was riding my bike and I kept on going around the church. Don't
try. So he had me. He said, yes, Baba, I will do that. I was confident that she's gonna be mine.
You know what? I always tell him, 8 months is like a woman who is pregnant and waiting to give birth the next month. So I tell him it's like you are carrying a pregnancy of Evelyne and you're just waiting for the right time to give birth. And so I tell him it's so divine for us to just connect and become friends and start dating. And then one day he calls me and tells me, hey, kwanza hiyo siku nakumbuka alitoa simu tukiachana hapo kwa gate karibu na home kwetu. Sababu kwenye tulisalimiana kaniambia jina. Just right opposite was where I lived. But I didn't tell him that's my home because I knew if I tell this guy this is where we live, he'll be coming there every day to look for me. So I was kind of, ngoja kwanza. And then I've been raised in Nakuru. I feel Nakuru guys are, like girls are not really exposed like Nairobi girls. So I felt like I don't want to go into this water completely, put my legs into it, because this guy is coming from Nairobi. Najua chali wa Nairobi. Hey. Me maisha yangu yote I've been in Nakuru, so he tells me I'm coming from Nairobi. I'm like, what? God, Nairobi, sitawezana nayo. You know, it's not that I wanted to get married to somebody coming from uko Ushago, but you know, Nairobi, it's an exposed city. So he removes his phones. 3 phones bani, ati kuchukua number. Who does that? Sasa nasema, hey, huyu jamaa anakwambia Mungu round hii. Hey baby, nakwambia ulinishtua sikio. So he takes my number, and then he tells me, I want to take you for lunch. I've never been asked to go for a lunch with a man. Yes, I know I had some boyfriends when tunadate tu ile, lakini none of them was serious. This one is so mature, the way he dresses, the way he speaks. Akiongea, I'm like, hey, Mungu, kuna watu wako hivi, you know. So he said, I want to take you for lunch, and my mom kept on asking me, kwani hakuna kijana na kusumbua? You know the way mothers are like, you're growing old, my friend. Asioni hata mtu akikutumia barua. And so he says, I told my mom, there's this guy, he wants to take me for lunch. My mom said, I have to see him. Akaambia atakuja church. So my mom was in church. After service, jamaa ametoka service, ametembea anaenda. Nikamwambia mamangu ndio ule, tutembee. Tukaanza kumfuata nyuma na my mom. Can you imagine? Mamangu akaniambia, my mom, it was it's Christmas Day.
25th, yeah, I remember.
It was 25th, eh?
Yes.
My mama akaniambia, mwite. Alikuwa kule, na mimi niko huko. Agunda! Shouting, Agunda! Akapenduka. He's putting on a black shirt and hii material inaitwa nini? Velvet, kind of velvet trouser. Inaitwa suede trouser. Akapenduka, akakuja, akatusalimia kama mamangu akasema, hey, ako on point. That's my mom now. She's very young. Ati, hey, ako on point. So akakuja, akatusalimia. And I told my mom, this is my friend. I've never done that to any man, to my mom. I've been in church my entire life. So my mom, it was a dream come true. The next thing, my mom started calling my sisters, my aunties, telling them that Evelyne anaenda for a date. She has to dress well. She has to look good. And my sisters were so happy because I was kind of tomboy. So this really moved my mom. I remember my mom bought me a white trouser and a black top and high heels to go for a date. And she gave me 200 shillings.
Why 200? Backup, Amma.
Backup. You know, that was what she could afford by then. So she
Oh,
told
so
me,
that if you're
she told me, ukienda kwa hiyo hoteli, mtoto wangu, she's a Luya and the accent comes out so well. Nakuambia mtoto wangu, please, make sure umekunywa juice ya 100. Hii 100 ingine ufanye nini? Transport ya kurudi nyumbani. Huyo kijana akishindwa kulipa, ufanye nini? Muache tu hapo. So umekunywa juice yako. So I told him, you remember the spot that we said hi and exchange contacts? Just come there. So he came. Akaniona nikitokea kwa gate, my mom alikuwa anasema acha nimchungulie. So my mom is a cartoon. So very cheeky, by the way. And anachungulia kwa gate anasema, namuona venye amevaa. Unajua yani ana take note just in case of anything. Najua venye huyo mwanaume amevaa, Kenya anamchungulia kwa gate. Nikamwambia ndafungua gate kidogo ndio uweze kumuona vizuri nikitoka. So we went. Remember we went to Gilani's restaurant in Nakuru. My God. So this guy goes like, just order anything. I'm like, I'll just take a glass of juice. Says, you don't want to eat anything?
Just to be safe.
I don't know you. You're from Nairobi. Wanaume wa Nairobi. So by the way, I had a phobia. Anybody who comes from Nairobi, I felt like they know too much. And I'm not exposed to that world. So he says he's asking for a burger and I don't know what, and forks and knives. I'm like, we, hata sijai kula burger maisha yangu yote. Acha nijione venye nakuliwangwa hapa. So he took a fork and a knife and he was eating the burger. My dad used to insist on us and he kept on telling us, you need to know how to use a fork and knife. But I felt, I don't need to. Why should I learn to use a fork and a knife? So this time ni muhadhara, my friend. Nimeenda date. Jamaa anatumia fork and knife hivi anakula. Namwangalia tu. And I really want to eat that burger, but because I've never eaten it before, I'm like, my mom told me take juice only. So I took the juice, and then I asked him, why did you call me here? Like, what's this date all about? And then what did you answer?
I'm not looking for a girlfriend. Looking for a wife to marry.
I almost went.
Straight to the point.
I almost went under the table because I was done with school, and I'm just like waiting to get exposed to the world. And this guy comes and says he's looking for a wife and not a girlfriend. Hey, mimi niko ready kukua girlfriend, sio wife size. Told him, nimekuja kutest waters. Yes, I know I like you too much, but I'm not ready to be somebody's wife for now. He says, Sasa, how long do you want me to give you? I said, 4 years. He said, I will wait. Nikasema, yeah, that is it. Kijana Nairobi atangoja kweli. And so he said, I will wait for you. And that was the beginning of our journey.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you serious? Like,
yes.
You were to wait for her?
Yes, I waited. And it happened that way.
Wow. So that, when you did it was back in 2000 or it was when?
2009?
2009.
So 4 years, 2013?
20.
No,
We met in 2008, 2009, 2009, 1st of January is when we started dating officially. We even know the dates. At around 2 p.m. Yes. Kwa hiyo restaurant.
That's when the dating peaked.
Yes.
Nimemaliza kunywa juice nikaambia sasa nimefikiria. Naona tunaweza peleka hiki to another step.
Okay. You were not afraid, like, 4 years. Me, I'm already ready.
No. Because you know, if you love someone or if you like something, it's worth waiting. So for me, I was ready for that, and the time just passed fast, I can tell. And for sure, for those days, like 80%, every day we could see one another.
Can you imagine?
80%. And we were
So tempting, eh?
Every
So
day.
unfair.
We were together until people could complain.
People started complaining. You guys,
get bored.
My mom was the first one. You mnashinda mko pamoja, muna
6 months we just get
6 months. Mtasawiana. 4 years down the line, still the same.
Now it's how many years plus dating?
Plus dating is 10 years now down the line, and we are always like this.
Wow.
It's never boring with him. I think we encounter we kosana. Kuna kitu kama we kosana. We kosana and we resolve our issues very quickly because we decided the day when we decided to start dating that we'll never allow the sun to go down without solving our issues. That's what the Bible says. Because at the end of the day, this is the man that will be next to me on my bed. Every time I turn, this is the man that I have purpose to walk with till death do us part. So,
wow. What are some of the highs and what are some of the lows? Your dating period, highs and lows.
We just mentioned one. People are trying. Can I say discouraging us?
yes.
Because every time they process together, they could say, "You guys." Actually, they started with 3 months. After 3 months, you're gonna get bored. Then the 3 months passed, oh, we're just giving you 6 months. It passed.
Fast.
And then I think they stopped from there. No, they said when you get married, you're now married. And now I think they stopped telling us when children comes, because they used to say that. So I think they stopped. So that's one of the things we could face. For me, it was a challenge. Why do people see negative in a relationship all the time? They should also see positive. Yeah. Any other thing?
Well, another challenge was seeing each other every day. Do you know, I'm getting attracted every day I see him. I get attracted to him, and we are born again. We serve in the same altar, in the same church, because he became one of our instrumentalists. He's very good in what he does. Plays keyboard, he plays bass, he plays acoustic. He's a very good sound engineer. And being next to this guy, you know, we are not angels. So this flesh wants. But because we know there are so many people that are looking up to us, it becomes kind of a challenge. And the church is looking up to us. Kwanza unaona leader, wao wanaitangwaje, leader, church leader akikuona mnatembea, anakimbia church, nimewaona wawili. nimewaona wawili wakitembea huko, unastukia tuko summoned. You know, it was not easy. And you know, this is a guy that I'm so attracted to. And sometimes I want him to hug me. I feel like, you know, I want him to go beyond. But knowing who we are and so many people are looking up to us, it becomes a challenge. It becomes a challenge. And the reason why we were together so many times is because we had opened a company together. That's Bweniv. Bweniv is Agundabweni and Evelyne. We opened a company, production house together. And so when you're opening a company for the very first time, it needs strong foundation strategies of how to ensure that we get musicians on board to come and record. And so that's why we were like every day we're together, because we have to build this empire, this company together. We were not yet married, but we were believing that someday we'll get married. And this is what we desire to do, venturing into the music industry. Yeah.
And how did you deal with those temptations? When flesh wants, what did you used to do?
When flesh wants,
and especially for you, the man.
When flesh wants, we hug.
You just make sure that you are, at least there's an extra person next to you guys. Or if there's no extra person next where you are, avoid. Just keep off.
Touching.
For 4 years, you managed?
Yes.
I hugged him so many times. Nana Kwamilia.
Evelyne.
I'm like, hug me hug me again.
True.
Okay, and popping the question, how did you propose? How did the plans for getting married? Did they start?
We were in town on a normal errands, and then there's this time when I just went missing. I left her. She was trying to look for me.
Left me
Tried
in
to
the
call.
lift.
I was not picking the calls. Yet I was looking for a ring.
He left me in the lift. Can you imagine the way you're waiting for it to open so that guys can go in? We were running errands. And then I'm going in, na anabaki nje hivi akituangalia. Naambia tuingie na lift jaja.
Going to buy a ring.
So he just
you were
vanished.
Alone at that time for lift?
No, we had some few people. So because I didn't want to burst out, because it's in human nature, like unabaki aje nje, tuingie na lift jaja. So he's like standing there, like I don't know what. I was so mad. I'm trying to call him. He's not receiving his call. Nothing. I just went home. Went back to the studio and I said, you know what? Simuongeleshi ndaka hapa ningoje mpaka saa zile atarudi. Nimuulize